You know right, assassini, airport and Timaya, Moja Nananum Shegu Edigu on my yay.
Me will be aquaba eba Melodies TV so. Say ye name say last week, entering into this week. One of the biggest stories leaked audio of Sofupenyi Dag Heward Mills. Ana say wakasa afa Otumfuo say to ho. An kweni nyamye ne mensama wakan no na entwaye. Nkrofo atwi nenim, nkrofo ebo nechi. Na Dag Heward Mills ababonten de nkrata ba betudwa a wo apologize. Na apology na wode aba no eno nso ho nsem aba. Nkrofo ahyeahye ponche loopholes into the apology. Now the me say and say we'll read the apology and then we'll make sense out of it. Not to say the apology doesn't make sense, but then we'll read it and then we'll understand. That's what I mean. And then your first time was subscribing, now click the notification bell on the so. We understand latest news be about one star ebeka. Main tremo say we have a new YouTube channel. Link no our comment box nimo. Ye the video say tum and declare the video at all. Say ope say say debia videos bi ba. Ya na ye the to answer ya ba beka wa hakra. Inti no mesre. So ope say o follow ye mpana videos nenso udi echia. Link na our comment box nimo no. Click it. Na subscribe MI. And I'm saying so every Sunday 2 o'clock ye live stream. Ghana for mo abrochi mo pese mo ba be kasa no. Ye the platform no emamo na chese mo dia ba be kasa. Eti for quickly yen nsem ni mo. Now you are seeing the apology letter right in front of you. It was written on 19th June 2021 to His Majesty Otumfuo Nana Osei the second, Menchia Palace. Na yenko read it or say apology letter to His Majesty Otumfuo Nana Osei the second. Now I say I am deeply saddened that a message I shared at a conference nearly 20 years ago has been taken out of its context and circulated by persons who have previously declared that they will maliciously cause our churches in Kumasi to be closed down. Now, in the very first paragraph, osofo no nkrata wode akoma Otumfuo say tutu no. We're making it clear says our audio na eliki ye no. Nearly 20 years ago. Inti ye ka say nearly 20 years ago and actually say early 2000s. And na audio no course so na say conference and a war ye. And I was say wakan sembi nearly 20 years ago. Na sansema wakan ye no nkrofo bi enya audio no ema nkrofo no ka kire ne say wono Dag Heward Mills se ne na asori ekoso ewo Kumasi ninti wo mo beye no mu egu asori no nti nkrofo no threaten no na emse nkrofo no mo aba abonti aba be share audio no. Now otoaso I was say I wish to apologize to His Majesty Otumfuo Nana Osei the second for any disrespect, insult, or harm caused him or his royal court. Please accept my profound apologies for the statement I made. Indeed, the accomplishments of His Majesty Otumfuo Osei the second are evident and manifest for all to see. His Majesty Otumfuo Nana Osei the second, who is also the Chancellor of KNUST and supporter of education, has helped develop the infrastructure of 788 schools, built 40 complete 6-unit classroom blocks, and donated over 1 million desks. Inti say Dag Heward Mills ka Otumfuo say tutu nsem ana enyama waye. O say in this and ways too numerous to mention. I say in this and ways too numerous to mention, His Majesty Otumfuo Nana Osei the second has positively affected many sectors of society, reaching far beyond the borders of Ghana. It is in light of this that I deeply regret that my words spoken almost 20 years ago have offended this honorable institution, who has worked tirelessly for many years to make Ghana and the world a better place for all of us to live. I wish to thank His Majesty Otumfuo Nana Osei Tutu for his graciousness in this matter. Yours faithfully, Bishop Dag Heward Mills. It's in Krata was of Openino. Watro ama Otumfuo Osei Tutu address wo apologize no. Now, Ghana for bebre na atwe wo ano esisa apology we kra so. Nkrofo asem a wo mo kan say, "Ei, na nkomo de wo mu nim say ye ka ensofo na preach say monka nekre. Na apology letter ya Dag Heward no so dia be de. Nkrofo pese ye tie ase say nekre enim papa no etwantro. Di entia no mo ka se papa no etwantro. Now, and someone Crawford Eka, and I've seen a lot of comments. Now I'll read some. Now comments on Crawford Eka. Let me read one comment on social media. Obi a post here. As a snake oil salesman says what? The king was installed in April 1999. So the so-called nearly 20 years doesn't change anything. Shame on you, Bishop Dag Heward Mills. Now, asem we ya nipakui okan ewo Facebook ni. Was say, hey, Dag Heward Mills, in your apology, no person try and say, in someone wakan ye no, nearly 20 years ago. Otumfuo say to tunso no, 1999, and ye didn't be see so. Ushemwa, wanunso, over 20 years, kakra. Say 20 years, mwan ye didn't be see so. Now, so shan someone wakan ye efan ne ho, kan sebe. Say ye 20 years ago and anka won kasa ansem no because o kasa ye te say de nipa ko no watena ekonwa ne so ache. Inti enu hunti wo bi tre say eye ntro na Dag Heward Mills so ka say asem no 20 years ago no because 20 years ago no he wouldn't have said all the things he said because it was around that same time in Otumfuo say tutun so ye de no ebetena akonwa ne so. I hope you understand this argument this person is making. Now, Obinso Samuel Wakayeni. Or say all I can say is that Otumfuo's mom, the late Nana Efiakobi Sewa Ampem Asante Hema, did not pass nearly 20 years ago. Neither was her funeral done during the same period. I find paragraph 3 of this letter rather interesting, given some unsavory comments we have seen on these streets intended to impoverish the reputation of His Royal Majesty. Now, nipaku we asemo a can say. Ana the opposite trend say, "Wutie Dag Heward Mills ne audio na eliki ye na." Wakasetia asanteman eye kese a wo mo ye in 2017. Asa eye kese na wo mo ye 2017 na eye Otumfuo ne mame eye. Nti asemo a nipaku we can say, "Adi wusi 20 years ago na wo kan san nsem we." Otumfuo mame nso wo wu ye no eye 2017. So how come as someone woke out 20 years ago no it to me appear ewo adia esi ye 17 years later? I hope you understand. Inti wenso ejina so mankrofo aka se dabi papa ne nsem a woka se 20 years ago ne de ne krebi enim because he spoke against Otumfuo the nkrofo kan no say nsem a woka no spoke against eye kese ne nyama wo moye. Now, I want us to do an analysis on this particular thing. To be very fair, once I said I gave you the 3 different angles. The first angle I gave you was an angle from Ebia Wohu Dag Heward Mills. Say papa na sema walk ane ye nekre. That's the first angle. Now, omo wo mo take his first angle no kra no sisi ano obi beka se wo mu enim egu because papa na ba abontia ba apologize inti one na wo supporting no onso e wo se hu ne se da bi papa na kra agene mfum so atum. There is a second angle to the issue. And Pakrono, well, or no, you're a neutral person. And there's a third angle, and Pakrono will no support you Otumfuo, and who say in some way a papa ne no. And you're right. Now, me, I play the neutral role. But this apology coming out, no. What I can say, they say, if indeed the audio was from 20 years ago, then the cre and then nimni Archbishop Duncan, sorry, me say Archbishop, Mr. Ramon Fanchame. Then the cre and nimni Bishop Dag Heward Mills wasn't fair to Otumfuo. If indeed, I just say bia audio no enye 20 years ago, but ye percent crofo akoma tomu ye minti and ye say 20 years ago no. But if indeed it was 20 years ago, then it means Dag Heward Mills wasn't fair to Otumfuo say to, and this is why. Say 20 years ago, Otumfuo say to ye dinisi so 1999. Not just say embra na wo kasa no. Na about just 2 years, 3 years, ye di Otumfuo say to esi so. And our babontin be can sansem no. Se will be a hene kese. Na ye de nesi so. For lifetime. Na the first 2 years pe. Wo be kan sembi. Ti said ye wo kan ye criticize no. Said ye munima ne se wo mo ye a year akesye. Festival akesye ene nyama. Then you weren't fair to the person. Senya Dag Heward Mills ekasa no. You can talk that way to Ohini bi awatena so for 20 years. We hu say in these 20 years no Ohini no wonye hwe ene de wo beka say Ohini we de wo ba so no eyi akese. But Ohini bi betena so just in the first year, 2 years, 3 years. Now what kind in someone Dag Heward Mills ekan na. Then you weren't fair or you are not being fair to Ohini no. That's what I personally think. Ebi so kasa say wo hwe embra Dag Heward Mills ekasa nearly 20 years ago I can say we as that time no na afahye kese ana eye kese bi anhye da nkoso nti eba ne se na eno de wo kasa tia sa eye ni afahye kese ana wo moye wasanteman mu no eno ye nsem ankrofo eka but montre mo adwen comment box ni mo what do you think montre mo adwen me da say